morning. I'm debating on going up to the field to look and see if I need to start my irrigation up. I think we're going to have to go and look. I'm hoping I don't have to start it, but we're going to go see what that looks like, and then I'm going to go down to my seed warehouse and work on that stuff this morning until my parts for this thing get here. Well, it actually doesn't look too bad up here. We still got a fair amount of moisture out there in the lane on the shaded side. This side not as bad, or as much, but out in the corn it's moist. So I'm going to say no. We're not going to start this up yet. The corn looks really good. Dang. That looks really nice. Those kernels are really thick. Fat. That's good corn. Alright, well, we'll work down here for a while, cleaning some stuff up. First thing I want to do is finish putting my plot signs up. I just have a few to do out in the corn there, so I'm going to sort through this pile and find them and take a box of posts. Alright, I think I've just got about 3 or 4 more signs to put up on the corn plot side. I do need to put some up on the other side with some of my nitrogen trials and that stuff. I don't really know why I'm wasting my time putting signs on this. Coons have just destroyed it. But that's my 99 day. I think there's an experimental and then a 95 day. And we'll get these last few put up because, yeah, just to finish it. Okay, check it out. All the signs are up. Some over here. It's a shame we had to have 5.5 inches of rain, otherwise this plot would have been really nice. I do need to make some labels up yet for the special trials, like the starter rates and the population and those things, but signs are up. Oh yeah, I do have that one yet. We should put that one up. We gotta find a spot for it. And I don't know what to do with these. These are the same sign size as that one, but I don't have anything to hold them with or put them up with, so we have to get creative. There, check that one out. Pretty good, I like it. Okay, now I'm trying to clean up these signs here a little bit, and decided I needed to make some room on my sign rack. So all those other color style ones there are ones that we're not going to use them anymore. I still sell some of those numbers, but yeah, so I don't want them here. Maybe my sales rep wants them. I asked, but I haven't heard back yet. And these ones are the new style, but they're numbers we no longer sell. So those 2 stacks can all be gotten rid of. Those 2 stacks need to find room up here somewhere. I do need to go through the bean ones yet and make sure that those are not old things that we don't have anymore. Well, I feel like I'm making a little bit of progress. Clearly the floor still needs swept. It's dirty. But that's kind of the last thing you do. So I got all those signs organized and put away. I've got a pile over there that needs to be gotten rid of. I got some stakes put away and cleaned up and just organizing a little bit. We're getting there. Dad's still cleaning up. They got rid of their deck. They had a pool we tore out a year ago and the deck sat there, so now he's just kind of cleaning up around a little bit yet. But anyway, it's lunchtime. I'm going to lunch. Hopefully my truck doesn't show up while I'm gone. And hopefully our parts are here when I get back. We got a truck. All right, there they go. So I do need more to do more down here, cleaning up and stuff, but my part should be here anytime. So we're gonna shut stuff off and close it up and head back to the farm. Well, look at that. There's my parts. Okay. Let's see what we've got here. Those look like the hubs. Right there. Okay, well, that's what we need. expensive little buggers, but hopefully this one's sealed a little better. All right, let's get them put together. Look, it spins nice and free. There you go. Got one. Spins better than that one, but it spins. All right, all back together. Dad even got our tractor hooked up for us, so we are gonna fold her up and head to the field and make sure that everything is working. Get going here. There we go. We'll get her folded up, and we got some stands on the back we got to get off. Well, let's go to the field, guys. Finally. We're gonna go have some fun. Jack's up here helping. I think he's gonna grab the 8430 and our 5-shank ripper and come work too. I'll be in a little different spot than I am, but we'll run them both. So if the road commission leaves their equipment sitting in my field overnight, does that mean I can use it? Okay, I think I got the computer all set up. Let's see what happens here. See if we can pull this thing. Okay, our closing disc's got to go down. There we go. Okay, come on, basket, adjust. Let me get everything adjusted right here. There, it's starting to turn. All right. We got some dust, so that's good, I guess. All right, well, let's see what we can do here. Okay, we are running. I've got it where I want it. I think it seems to be doing a really nice job. If you look at my strips I've already done, they're nice and level. We're ripping good. It's pulling sort of hard in spots, but not terribly. Like right here, we're running 5 miles an hour, 5 point, yeah. Trying to go 6. Some places it'll do it, other places it bogs it down. That's okay, we expect that. It is really dusty. This stuff that we're in right now, Dad actually disked it, so after this, they figured out that this ripper, the blade bearings were bad. They dropped it in the shop and then hooked the disc up to try and work some more of that litter in, and did part of this here. That's what we're in now. I'll show you this a little bit and how it works after I turn around. All right, so this ripper, it's a 2730 John Deere, and it has what they call true set tillage on it. And basically that means that there is a computer to control the depth. And I know what you're thinking, a computer on a tillage tool, come on. And you're right, it's completely over the top and unnecessary. But there's so much adjustment to this and different settings and stuff on it that it really does help. It's nice. It's really nice when it's running right. So the disc gangs in the front, they adjust independent of the ripper points, and then those closing discs in the basket are all independent from all of that stuff. And so on my computer here on our 2630, I can actually set the depth of all of those. So like our discs in the front there, I've got set to run 2.5 inches deep. The number on the top tells me what they're actually running, and they are constantly adjusting to get to that point. If you could see the hydraulic hoses on there, you would see them jumping around as they're pressurized and not to maintain that. But it's so dusty we can't hardly see that. So the next one then is the ripper. Right now we're set at 10 inches deep, which that's actually on the deep side for what we're usually able to run. Sometimes it's only 9, sometimes it's only 8. But I like to go as deep as we can and still pull it effectively. Closing baskets are set to like 1 inch, but that's 1 inch from the original depth. It's really hard to see. Basically, you just adjust those so that they leave it nice and level. And then the basket, that's actually a pressure, which is what this dial is down here. We can change how much down pressure is on that rolling basket in the back. Again, just to try and help level it up a little bit. So We can have presets over here, you know, different settings to, you know, if you want to make it shallower or deeper, or the disc deeper or shallower or whatever, for different types of ground, different areas and stuff. All you got to do is hit the button and it'll change those. We can go into our settings here and change some of the set points and the increments in which they change. And if you really wanted to, you could set prescription maps like I do for my seating rates. And what that would do would allow the ripper to basically follow your preset settings. And say you wanted to, had a farm that had different soil types on it, and you wanted to rip one soil type deeper than another one, or you have some areas in the field that are typically really high yielding, and so the cornstalk residue would be a lot thicker, and you want to run the disc deeper to bury it better. You can preset all of that stuff, and it will automatically follow it as you're going through the field. Or you can just do it as you're going through the field and watch it and stuff, but usually we're just setting it in one spot and letting it go. The only thing we really play with a lot is the ripper depth, and that's just based on what we can pull and what we can. We do like to change the disc depth based on the residue that we're in. So if we're in corn stalks, we'll set them a little bit deeper so that it varies some more. If we're in bean stubble where there's not much residue there anyway, we can raise them up, and they're not needed as much. So you pull them up and don't wear them out, and it doesn't take as much power to pull them. So anyway, we're gonna keep working across here and see how far we can get. At 4 o'clock today, or a little before, Dad's gonna come and take over for me because I gotta go pick up my boys from the babysitter today by 4:30. So we'll do that, and then we'll probably come back and try and keep running if I can get them to ride with me or cooperate while they're riding. I don't know, we'll see. But, we'll have them tonight. I think I'm gonna stop here and get out and just go look, see how good of a job we're doing. Show you how it works. It's nice and level. So you'll notice our disc blades, we're not digging in very deep. We've got them set fairly shallow. I think it's at 2.5, something like that. But it is turning over some dirt and cutting up that residue a little bit, burying stuff. And then we've got our ripper points, and they are in the ground a ways. I don't have a shovel to sit here and dig and tell you exactly how deep those points are, but they're not shallow. I know that. So, and then there's our closing discs, and you can see how, you know, those hubs are just run right in the dirt, and they're kind of, the idea is that back ripper point is creating a valley and a ridges on each side of it. And so these discs kind of run in those ridges to help level the dirt off, fill in the valleys, make it a little bit smoother. And then this rolling basket comes through and kind of pushes everything down. And this tool does such a good job. Like, I can complain about some of the quality on those bearings and stuff. I am absolutely complaining, but it does such a good job in the field. It's really hard to not like this thing. It's a really good tillage tool. It's long, but it's doing a lot of different things. You know, it used to be you would have to disc the field, and then you would chisel the field, and then if you wanted it level like this, you'd have to run another tool through it and stuff. So we'll be able to hit this with our field cultivator. It'll be nice and level. We won't have to do anything else. I'm really happy with the job that this tool does, and that's why we have it, because it's a nice tool and it does a good job and it works really well, and it's got that easy adjustments and stuff. So I know a lot of you guys said buy something else, just go park it and buy a different thing. Yeah, this is an $80,000 tillage tool. There's a reason that we're using it. And while I can complain about $300 bearings, man, it's still hard to not like this tool. That does not mean I'm gonna stop complaining to John Deere and to my dealer about those and trying to get them to help me out. I'm still working on them because I'm not convinced those had those seals in them from the factory, and that's why they were going bad. But it does a good job. I still really like it. We're gonna keep it. Just stopped because I noticed my rolling basket wasn't turning. I wonder if we got a rock or something caught in it, so I thought I'd come look, see what's going on. Oh, it's just a baby one. That would have fallen out eventually, but it was pushing. You can see back here where the little pile is, and I lifted it up. Right here, I don't know, can you guys see that? I can see it. But there's a little pile here, it was pushing there, and I lifted it up to go over it and just lifted it. And you can see what that rolling basket does. See how much more ridged this is than over there? Yeah, that's what that rolling basket is for. I have a photographer chasing me. My sister, I think she wants to ride. What are we doing?
We're doing a little bit of content creation, you know.
Content for what? Me?
The social media page.
No, I got a social media manager. Awesome. If you're new, this is my sister Anna.
Hello, YouTube world.
You've seen her a few times, but not maybe ever heard her talk.
Nope. I'm so honored to be here.
Oh jeez, just stop.
It's really great.
Just stop.
The fans, you're awesome.
I don't know if she's ridden in a tractor with me in the last 5 years, so this is rare.
Whatever,
that is true. Let's see. Starting to make a little progress. This is kind of where I started, and I got everything over to the corn done, so gotta work back across that way yet. Looks like my relief driver is here, but it's Phil, who has never actually run this ripper in the 2 years that we've got it, so we might need to give some lessons here. Which means she's getting booted out. I have to go take some pictures outside. So I told you a little bit ago that I have to go pick up my kids. My wife is gone for the weekend. It's Thursday. She took off going up into Michigan with her sister, her mother, a bunch of people for my sister-in-law, my wife's sister's bachelorette party. So I hope they have a good time, but that leaves me with the boys for the weekend, which is fine, but it means I gotta go get them tonight at 4:30. All right, he's gonna go. Yep. Does a good job. So Phil's working back over there on the other side of them trees. That wheat stubble there. And Jack is over here doing this little finger, pretty small piece here. He's got our 5 shank. It's a 512 John Deere Ripper. It looks like it's doing okay, but it does not leave it near as smooth as that 2730 does. So we don't use it a lot, but small spot like that, he needed something to do. Well, I got the boys, but Grandpa's gonna go take them to go pick up rocks. So I'm gonna go see where Phil's at, and if he wants me to take over or if he wants to keep running that. Jack got done with that area he was at, so that tractor's parked for now. Just see how Phil's doing. Looks like he is finishing up endros and clearing the back there, so we'll wait for him to get up to the front. So I came back here to that other piece where Jack was working with that other tractor and ripper, just to kind of compare and contrast the job that they do. And I don't know how well it's going to show up in the film and or on the video here, but those two tools. So the one that Phil's running over there is a 2730 John Deere, and Jack was pulling a 512 John Deere, and it's just a 5 shank. It's a lot smaller because we pull it with smaller tractors, but they have the same purpose. They do the same primary tillage job, but they're not nearly the same tool, and they don't do the same thing, I guess. That one's got those disc blades in the front, and then the levelers in the back and that rolling basket, and it levels and does a really nice job. This one has one disc gang in the front, and then 5 ripper shanks, and then another disc gang in the back. And I don't know if you guys can see this mound here. This is right in the center of the tool. The discs kind of throw stuff back together. They leave a ridge. So you got one here, and then it's kind of low, and then right there's another one. And it leaves the field really wavy. We've got bigger clods here than what that other one does. It just does not leave the field as nice and smooth of a finish. And it's noticeable. It'll even be noticeable in the spring when we come back to work this down. Now this is going to get done in the next week or two, but if it would be left all till the spring, you would know it's not as good. Sometime when we've got them parked next to each other, I'll show you the physical differences on the tools, and you'll see how much of a difference there is. But one of the other key differences is that the 512 has shanks, is 5 shanks, but they're on 30-inch spacings. That 2730 has 9 shanks, but they're on 24-inch spacings. So it's 12.5 foot versus 18 foot, but the closer spacings does a better job. Pulls harder, but it does a better job. So here I'm back up in the stuff that I did with that 2730 ripper, and there is some small ridges. You know, right here there's a little bit of a ridge, but it's not a mound that other one leaves, and you can see there's a lot less trash. It buries a lot more. So this will work down a lot better. The clod size is a lot smaller. It's breaking stuff up. You get a couple like this one, but nothing like what that other tool does. So that's why we like it, because it does a really good job. Something's squeaking. Oh, it's the scrapers. All right, well, I'm back in the tractor. All I had to do was finish these ends up. Oh, it's rough. And we're heading to the next field now. Okay, well, we're getting started here. About the same as the other field, other than this one hasn't been disked, so it's standing wheat stubble. Working pretty good. I'm playing with it just a little bit, trying to get it to level just a touch better, but it's not bad. So one thing to note is I always, when we're doing primary tillage, almost always go on just a little bit of an angle. So my rows actually run more that way, and we're 5 degrees off of that. I just punch in a heading on the computer, in this case of 185 degrees. So we end up with some point rows and angles here along the road that we've got to fill in. Which is what I'm doing now. I'm also sure somebody's going to ask a question about fuel efficiency and all of that stuff, so I'll just give you the numbers. We're burning 2 gallons of diesel per acre, about 25 gallons an hour, covering 12 acres an hour, something like that. Which, yeah. What else is on there? Right now we're at about 11% slip. Get in this low spot, and it really bogs the tractor down. And the slip goes up, the fuel economy goes down. Then when we get out of that, it kind of speeds back up and starts running, or you know, a little less. So it's all about averages and everything, but you're gonna burn fuel when we're pulling a ripper like this. There's no way around it. And once again, I will remind you, fuel is a minor expense. I know every penny counts. But when you're talking about $2 an acre at $1.50 even, which our fuel was cheaper than that, it's $3. Like that's a minor expense in the grand scheme of things. So I don't get overly caught up on fuel efficiency of tractors and stuff, because you're going to burn fuel no matter what. So if a different colored tractor was burning instead of 2 gallons an acre, it was 1.8, and you're saving 0.2 of a gallon per acre. It's pennies. It's not a significant enough difference for that to be something that is a determining factor in what brand or size or tractor we run or anything like that. Now, whether this is a necessary operation in order to raise good crops next year, or if we could skip the whole pass entirely, well, that may be open to debate. There is some doubt in my mind as to whether or not this is necessary. If we were in a strip till situation, could we get the same results as we are doing this? Maybe, but that has expenses with it as well. So something I definitely want to try. I've been thinking about it, trying to figure out how, but for what we have found historically, and anytime we try any no-till stuff, especially corn, there's a reason we do things the way we do. So it is a necessary expense in our opinion. Picked up a couple of riders. Can you boys say hi?
Hi. Hi.
They were helping Grandpa. What were you doing? Picking up rocks and throwing them on the burn pile? Oh, did you find any big ones?
Yeah.
That's good Good job for you boys.
Yeah!
Are you gonna ride for a while?
Yeah!
You like riding in a big tractor?
Hi!
They're quite upset with me for not having any snacks. It's bright, isn't it? We're going to be in this field for a long time. It's 128 acres here. We've got 9 done. Got about 10 hours left, so ain't going to happen tonight, obviously, but we should get her done tomorrow. My riders have had enough. Time for Grandpa to come get them. Oh. Listen, she will take you back to the farm. Grandpa is there. Oh, man. Bye, boys. All right. It is, what time is it? A little after 7. I was planning on quitting around 8 tonight anyway, take the boys home, so we'll work for 45 minutes or so here and then head back and quit for the night. Right here's where the chicken litter pile was. Definitely can feel a little bit of compaction when I set the ripper down on that end because it bogs the tractor down. It's from the trucks coming in and dumping it, but pretty small area. We are getting through it and it'll be fine. Better than the cow manure. Alright, I think I'm going to make this one last round here, finish up this little block that I work in here, and we'll call it a night. Okay, well, what did we get here? It's like a little over 20 acres, so call it 20. There was a little bit about, well, I don't know, it's 30 I think that we did in that other field, so we did about 50 acres with this tractor. I think Jack did 10 or so. Good day, considering we started at, what, 2 o'clock, 2:30, something like that. So we should get a bunch done tomorrow. Really, we've got the rest of this field to do and then another 72 acres that are ready to do now, and then we got to do a little more spraying before we do any more than that. So I'll head back to the farm here. Just wanted to look things over a little bit here. You can see how much dirt those dang closing wheels are running in, which is why it gets in the bearings. Yeah, not much you're gonna do about it. So, and it always amazes me how hot these ripper points are. Like, yeah, I can hold my hand on there for a few seconds, but that's about it. They're quite warm. So these were new when we started this year, you know, today, basically. So they've got a lot of life left in them. These shins here, these are wear guards. They're getting some wear. They're not too bad yet. Those are originals, so yep. And our disc blade's got lots of wear left in them yet. All right, that's it here. I'm gonna go find my boys and head home. So tomorrow morning I have somebody coming to help me finish my bin project. So that will be exciting. Check back in for that. And once we get that done, we're gonna spend the rest of the day back in that tractor probably. So have a good night, everybody. If you would hit that like and subscribe button for me, please. If you have any questions and comments, be sure and type them out down below. Even if they are not very nice. Have a good night. See you guys.